Okay, so here we are in 3.2. Could do a quick review. We've got myself, CryingCow, and Drunen, aka Deathbringer Cow.
Hello.
So we've had a quick go through the various features of 3.2. Right, so new armors. I've had a quick look at the legacy stuff. It looks alright. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's just the old armor that's been updated to the 2.0 system.
Yeah.
Always good to have some new armor sets to mix and match with. In 3.1 we were kind of limited, and everyone mostly looked the same.
Yeah, everyone was pretty much a clone of each other. Yeah, at least now there's some options, which is good.
Yeah.
So,
same with the legacy outlaw stuff. They got medium, light, and the heavy lot. Again, looks pretty cool. More variation, always good. The Port Olisar clothing collection. Now, we had a look at it. Well, what we think was it.
yeah.
Some of it looked pretty good. Not actually sure what's new and what's not, because I don't really remember.
Yeah, we weren't really big shoppers before, to be honest, but
No.
I mean,
it's difficult to tell what is new and what's not.
yeah, I mean the selection's not too bad, and I know that obviously in places like Grimhex and
Lipsky.
that's the one. Yeah, you know they've got some good selections there and funny T-shirts, but Port Olisar was always a bit shit in its selection. I remember they had like 3 or 4 T-shirts or something like that.
Yeah.
So definitely a better selection now. And,
Still not quite sure about what the point of the clothing collection is. Most people just run around in spacesuits.
Yeah, I mean, the only time we really ever saw our clothing was when we were doing a scene where we were in clothes in a, just to look different or to be a different character or something. I've never really thought, I'll take my spacesuit off for a chill, because it doesn't make any difference to me.
No. Gameplay wise, it doesn't really do anything. But I suppose if you want to role play that, then that's fair enough. The option's there for you.
Yeah, and I like that. That's quite good. And if you're head to Port Olisar, if you're going for the Nebuchadnezzar look, everything in there looks like you've just come out the Matrix. So
definitely.
Yeah. So no, I'm pleased with that, though, because they did need a little bit more variation if you want to look individual. So that's cool.
That's fine. Okay, so quantum travel improvements, sounds, graphics, and functionality.
Tick, check, kind of. Yeah, no, really good. I like the new concept, the whole, actually sort of getting yourself calibrated and then spooling and making it a process. It's so much more interesting.
Yeah,
I like
agreed. Economy polish for 3.2. Mission rewards have been increased. They used to be like under 100 credits, I think, for a mission. It was
really
ridiculous.
Poor.
Now you can get like 350, 400 for a mission.
That's not too bad. That means you can pretty much buy one of the SMG type weapons for doing about 4 or 5 missions instead of doing about 25. So
yeah,
that's good.
That's a lot better. I haven't tried cargo running personally because my ship can't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they've tweaked that as well. There is some concerns with the mining mechanic because the what you get from that is a bit low.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll tweak that for 3.3.
Yeah, I got a feeling that most people are going to want to go that route just because it's interesting and being space miners is awesome. So yeah, I think they'll definitely work on that quite heavily, I reckon.
Grouping system.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I like the indicator so we can actually see where each other are.
Yeah, it makes a big difference not having to actually target people, target your friends just to know where they are.
Yeah.
Definitely good. They could do with a little bit more. I'm sure they'll put it in, but a little bit more group. They need to aim a few more of the mechanics around grouping. At the moment, it's literally just we're in a group, he's over there. You know, it'll be nice once they get, you know, sort of like the ability to share stuff and to, you know, I mean, once you're in a party and all that sort of stuff, the ability to maybe even check, you know, look on your PDA and check your friends' vitals and stuff like that. Things like that, that would be awesome eventually. But,
Yeah, definitely needs a little bit more functionality.
yeah. But at least I know where you are.
Yeah. You can actually walk up to someone now and hold F and invite them like face to face as well, which is a good thing.
Okay.
If you want to randomly just join up with people.
Yeah, that's cool.
And go.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest flaws of this game as well, is that if you didn't do it in the main menu, you didn't do it at all.
Yeah.
But at least now that option's there. And if we're in a group together, me and you, is there a group leader, or can either one of us invite someone else to join the group?
I don't really know, actually.
Should we test it on a random? Hello, random.
Can you invite him?
Oh, I can add to contacts. I'll assume I have to do that first. Although I don't want you in my contacts. Maybe. You're a stranger.
Do I get an option? I can invite to party.
Oh, okay. So you're the group leader then. That makes sense.
Okay. It would be nice if there was some sort of UI element to indicate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Currently, I mean, you just have to remember that you're the one who initiated the party at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, but I mean, it works, and that's a cool feature. So.
Okay, mining. This is going to be quite a big one for 3.2. Unfortunately, it's difficult to test in 3.2 live.
Yeah.
Because you need to spend about £150 on a prospector to try it.
Yeah. I mean, no.
I think they kind of missed a trick there. With the introduction of mining, they could have at least let everyone have a prospector for a month to try it.
Yeah. Especially if you want people to test it in the PU, then yeah, just give it away for even a couple of weeks. Just let people have a little crack at it. Do it like a rental. So once you've actually initiated your rental, you get it for 2 weeks. So, you know, a time when you know you can test it, you jump on, have a crack, have some fun, and then give your feedback.
Yeah.
That would have been smart.
That will be slightly fixed in when 3.3 comes, because they're aiming to have ship buying in-game.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But until then, it's probably useless for random guess 80% of the players.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, majority, you know, the main core sort of element of players to this game are the kind of people who were happy to drop money on this game when it first came out, 30, 40 quid, whatever it was going to be, 60 quid. But they're not the kind of people who can just, you know, with a shake of their hand, spunk away £150 on a ship, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be for a little bit more of the, you know, the elite in this game for a while. But yeah, once we can actually buy them in game, it'll be good.
I think originally they said they were going to have, it was going to be like a hand tool was going to do it.
Right.
They've recently talked about a multi-tool that's going to do some repairing and salvaging and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think mining was actually mentioned in that.
Oh, okay.
But originally I think it was going to be hand tool mining as well as prospector, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that kind of disappeared.
Yeah, maybe the mechanic for it or whatever was just going to be a little difficult. But
I might be wrong.
Yeah, I mean that would be good, you know, having the ability to, you know, just land on a planet and have a little smash with your tool, see what you get.
I guess in the future that will be the intro to mining. Will be a hand tool before you can afford a ship.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the one thing you don't want to do is limit half the game's mechanics just because people either haven't got the time or the money to buy a massive ship. So, we'll see.
Okay, quantum linking.
Oh dear.
Yeah, good in theory, but we tried 5 or 6 times,
Yeah.
and we cannot get it to work.
No. And I mean, I tried positioning myself in every possible scenario and trying all different options. It just didn't work, and that is a shame.
Mm. Yes.
I don't know
It
if
must have been working at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe it's just us. I mean, if anyone watching has had this work for them and work well, let us know in the comments, obviously, because we have been unable to test it, which is a real shame, because I was super looking forward to being able to, link our jumps up. The idea of it is awesome, and I hope that when it is working for us, we get to leap around the cosmos. So.
Next up, we've got item 2.0 ship systems and weapons. So now in your ship you can adjust the power ratio, so you can divert power from shields, say, into weapons, or weapons into shields, or
Good.
engines. I think is the other one.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's actually a thing now.
That's good, because this was one of the things when we were doing the Stanton Stories, and Perry would always sort of go, I'll divert some power to shields, and it sounded good because it's a story, but you couldn't do it in reality, and it was such a shame, because having the ability to just put a little bit more energy into your shields or give your guns a little bit more oomph is such a cool idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Again, the problem you've got there is you need a multi-crew ship, really, to have. I mean, you can do it in a single-seat ship during combat, I guess.
Easy, though.
You're pretty much taking your hand off the steering wheel while you're fiddling around with the buttons.
Yeah, let's face it, it's not the easiest way to control the ship when you've got hold down F and then move your mouse and do all that stuff, and so yeah.
I think there are some shortcut keys actually on the keyboard to do it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's more of a functionality for multi-crew. That's the way I feel anyway.
And there's no shortcuts in life.
No.
But yeah, no, I like the idea of it, and I'm definitely eager to mess around with that. We'll have to jump into the freelancer and test it out. It'll be quite fun.
They've also improved manned turrets, and some ships have now got the remote turrets are working properly.
Cool, that's good.
Which is good. I had to play around in a turret on the Hurricane earlier. It feels better. If you've got gimbal lock on, it doesn't break, which is good.
Yeah.
But generally the controls are a bit odd, because you have to, if you shift your cursor or whatever to the side, it will keep moving that way until you recenter yourself.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Which is a bit tricky in the middle of a gunfight. Yeah,
I find, and because they're mechanical, so obviously as you move your mouse, you hear that sound, that sound, because it's a mechanical movement. But the problem with that is that sometimes that's not very accurate, because it tends to keep moving when you're done turning. It's a little bit of work I think still needs to be done on them, but yeah.
Item kiosk shopping. Yes, I quite like the kiosks in the shops now.
Yeah.
Main gripe with it is that we think there's meant to be a display in the middle of the screen showing what you're looking at.
Yeah.
But that's not there.
Yeah, and I think that there's supposed to be thumbnails for each of the items as well, and they're not there either, so it's kind of, the functionality's there, but it's kind of pointless at the minute.
Yeah, you don't really know what you're looking at, and it's difficult to, if you don't actually know the name of the item, then you've got no idea what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I went to rebuy all my armour, went to the terminal and went, oh god, it's got weird names, what are they called? And I ended up just going to the mannequin and getting it from there. It was easier.
Yeah. Hopefully they fix that.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Because that's the one good thing about this game, is that things are physical. So you go up and you look at an item, But sometimes that's just long-winded, and it's so much easier to be able to like almost Argos it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
get that magical book of dreams and pick what you want. So
The good thing is, if you want to buy ammo for a gun, you can buy multiples using the kiosk.
yes, yeah, that was always the most frustrating thing, was going, right, I need six ammo, and having to go, right, I've bought it, let's do it again, and I bought it, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, too long-winded.
Ship persistence improvements. So you can actually log in and out of your beds properly now in the middle of space. And I believe like damage and ammo, stuff like that, is meant to persist between sessions now,
Oh, that's cool.
which is a step closer.
Yeah.
Good.
Do they have the facilities at the moment to repair ships and all that kind of thing, or do you just have to file it away?
I think you have to go to CryAstro station,
Okay,
and they can repair, I believe.
that's cool.
Haven't actually had a damaged ship to try that out with yet.
No. We'll have to deliberately smash into each other at some point and go and have a look.
Yeah. PMA and VMA improvements. So your character inventory and ship infantry on the Mobilas.
Oh yeah, much, much better.
Character one, I believe that's kind of the same to what it was in 3.1.
0.4 or whatever it was, yeah.
0.4 or whatever we were up to.
I think
it doesn't look that much different.
No, I think maybe they've got the functionality working a bit better, because it does look pretty much the same. Yeah.
Vehicle loadout seems to be working pretty good. You get a nice image of your ship up while you're fiddling around with bits and pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And, I like the fact that you can move it around, and
Yeah,
it's cool.
change your systems and your weapons and whatever. I think at one point it might have been 3.0 where that was actually broken, and if you tried to change anything, it would just completely crash your ship up and you couldn't use it.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks better. I've got a gripe at the moment with my Mobi-Glass. So when I pull my Mobi-Glass up, because the Mobi-Glass is on my wrist and technically outside my helmet, the annoying nooks of my helmet plus bits of my armour get in the way of the buttons. I can't see them.
Ooh,
The only buttons I can see are vehicle loadout and equipment manager. I can't see comlink. I can't see. I don't know what that one is. It looks like Skyline, but I don't know what that says. Yeah, basically I can't see any of the other buttons, and then I can see my current balance. That's it. So that's broken.
They basically enlarged the Mobi-Glass screen because some people said it was a bit too small.
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't test the heavy armor with that.
No. Yeah, they didn't have me in mind when they made this bigger.
AI flight behaviors. I've tried a few arena commander matches. They do seem a little bit better. Sometimes in 3.1 it would look like they're sort of flying backwards and shooting and doing right angle, like 90-degree swivel turns and all sorts of random shit.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit better now. So they're definitely on the right track.
Do they still fly directly at you?
Still, they do that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, they need to learn to make the AI less kamikaze, because majority of people in the dogfight aren't going to deliberately try and jihad you. So
No.
But yeah, no, it's good. Because that was always a big problem for me as well. Is that it made them too erratic to shoot sometimes. And so if they've smoothed them out, that's always a good thing.
Okay, new ships. We got the Avenger rework. I've had a quick look at the Avenger. It's increased in size. Materials have changed. Interior layouts changed. It It's pretty good. For the price, I can't remember how much an Avenger actually costs. It's like a standalone Avenger costs. But for the price, it's actually quite a big ship, and its firepower is pretty ridiculous now.
Yeah.
It's got like size 3 guns on it or something.
Yeah, that's quite crazy.
My main gripe is that there seems to be a bit of power creep coming into the game already, where new ships or reworked ships seem to be gaining stronger and stronger weapons.
Yeah. You've got all these
And
people.
no real reason for it yet.
No, it seems a little bit mean almost as well, because you've got all these ships where people have either bought them or worked hard to get them. Probably not actually worked hard to get them, because you can't yet. And then you get this rework come out that's just a little bit overpowered compared to everything else in its class. So
yeah,
it's a bit of a shame.
That's kind of my concern, is that they keep doing this.
Yeah. The one thing that you don't want is to bring out a new ship that's just like massively OP and everyone flocks to it because they know they can just own everyone. And that's how you destroy a game, so they need to be super careful to keep it balanced.
Yeah, definitely. Other new one is the Origin 600i, which is basically a Constellation, but luxury version.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Like, yeah, it looks like a space yacht.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. I will probably aim to get one of them in the universe at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
The Anvil Hurricane, which is another awesome looking ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got some beefy guns on top of it.
Yeah, it sounds mean as well. I do like the styling of it, the shape of it and everything. It looks just kind of really sleek. It's nice.
Yeah. They picked this one as like a glass cannon type thing. A bit flimsy, but massive firepower. It gives everyone a new way, a different type of ship to play with. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, and I like it.
We've got the Aegis Eclipse, which is a stealth bomber. Not quite sure what you're going to use this for in the PU yet.
Yeah.
Can't really do that much with it. There's no capital ships to torpedo, unless you want to try using your torpedoes against a 600i or a Constellation. Ground targets are extremely minimal.
It seems to be that same thing that we moaned about when 3.1 came out, which was when they brought out the last one we moaned about. Was that they bring out ships which they can't actually be used for their purpose yet, but they're bringing them out because people either have or will buy them. Yeah. And
in this patch was meant to be the Mustang rework, but for some reason that's been bumped back to 3.3 now. I would have rather had the Mustang rework and then leave the Eclipse for another time.
Definitely. Let's face it, 60%, 65% of people who own this game have a Mustang.
Probably. Yeah.
It is like it's such a popular little ship because it was free with the game, and it was a nice little ship to run around in, and it seems silly to be leaving all those people in the lurch for months while you bring out big fancy ships. You're like, come on.
And the other one is the Vandal Blade, which is a extremely cool looking Vandal ship, light fighter. I've had a quick go in it. Flying around, is extremely fast, extremely nimble. Its weapons, they're okay, but it's pretty cool. That's all I've really got to say about it. Yeah.
I like
if you want an alien ship, it's pretty cool. If you want to spend that kind of money, but I doubt many people have got one of these things.
No, I mean they look cool, and you know they got that whole. They almost look a little bit like a. They make me think of like a wyvern, the shape of them, and you know they look quite cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that they're gonna. I can't imagine them to be a super popular ship. So
No. Pirates are probably going to love that ship
yes,
just because it looks angry.
that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, anyone who goes Grimhex to buy their outfits is probably going to get themselves a some Van Dor style ship. So
Yeah. Okay, new weapons. We have a new distortion repeater, which looks pretty slick. It would fit quite well on the side of a 600i or any Origin ship, probably.
yeah.
Haven't tried it out yet, but new ship weapons, always a good thing.
Oh yeah.
We got 2 new LMGs, 1 ballistic, 1 energy based. Again, new first-person weapons. Fine. All
Yes. Very happy with that.
good. And we got a ballistic sniper rifle,
Which we couldn't
again,
find.
which we couldn't find in Universe. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, a new sniper rifle's good, I guess. These would have made more sense if the originally pitched ground AI was introduced in the game.
Yeah.
But again, it's another feature that's been knocked back. So again, first-person weapons in Universe, kind of meh.
Yeah. Not really much use of them at the minute because there's not
No.
really much to shoot. So
Good for Star Marine matches, but other than that, just window dressing.
yeah, and let's face it. I mean, Star Marine's cool. It's nice looking, and it does play well. But I'm not going to pick that over Battlefield or something else because they're just they're designed. That's their entire purpose is to be a good first-person shooter. So,
What would be good if they gave us some new levels in Star Marine? Something like a planet-side map with some of the vehicles to drive around on,
oh yeah,
and like capture some points and stuff. Like have a little sort of conquest map in Star
Yes.
Marine.
Make it like
Cool.
yeah, make it tactical and actually, you know, sort of worthwhile. Because at the minute, it's like it is just a death match, and let's face it, death matches are like so 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We need something to capture, bitches. What's going on?
Yeah. And the last feature in 3.2 was the performance optimization, and that gets a big tick from me.
Oh hell yeah, yeah,
So far, I am pretty impressed with the frames we're getting. You get the occasional stutter, but that's to be expected.
yeah. I mean, so far,
Generally. Go on.
good. Well, I mean, like from the minute I stepped out of the bed, normally I get out of the bed, you know, I have struggled to even get to the door, and then as soon as I get to those stairs coming down, it's, you know, like I'm getting 3 frames per second. But so far, I've had a few stutters, but it's been really smooth.
Yep, definitely. The improvements are pretty obvious for those that have been jumping in and out of the PU for a while. Definitely the best frame rates I've been getting for, well, since 3.0, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the fact is that I was able to fly around without any stutter, and that's good. That's what I needed. When you're running on the ground, it's not so much of a problem, but when you're flying and you get some, you know, second-long stutters, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just such a big improvement, and that was the biggest problem with this game was the fact that they focused so heavily on new content to try and sort of satiate all these people who were paying loads of money for it, that they were almost forgetting the fact that there are people who want to play this game, even though it's in, you know, in its current state. People want to play it, and they made it almost unplayable for months. And the fact that we would systematically jump on and just go, nah,
Yeah.
let's play something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad.
But now it's definitely playable now.
Yeah.
do a few missions, get some money together.
Definitely.
Swap the weapons out on your ship now.
Yep.
Buy some armors.
Might actually be able to start recording this game again. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, 3.2 for me is a pretty good improvement. It's not without its issues. I would have liked the first-person AI to be in the game to give a new challenge to ground missions. I would have liked the Mustang rework to be there. There was some core tech stuff that got shifted down the way. Again, I would have liked that to have been in there. Those probably wouldn't have made much of a difference in game yet, but it would have been nice to know that they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And I think there was some gameplay elements that they moved, but I can't actually remember what they were now.
No, I mean I'm pleased with this. I mean, the last time when they rolled out 3.1, and it was such a big letdown, really, to be honest. We were really expecting to be able to just now come on and play the game, and like, you know, fair enough. We know that it's we're still in beta, and you know there's loads to be done, but you know they really touted the fact that this would be playable, and it wasn't, and it was such a letdown. So now having 3.2, you know, playable, with, you know, reasonable frame rates, and some actual elements to the game now that you can use. Yeah, big thumbs up from me so far.
Now 3.3 is going to be the biggest one this year. You're going to get new planet, 4 new moons, a bunch of new ships, first-person AI combat, as well as various optimizations. There's going to be repairing, I think salvaging as well. The problem is that a lot of these features were spread between 3.1 and 3.2, and they've all been moved back to 3.3. And they've recently said that if they can't get object container streaming in, then basically 3.3 is not going to work, because there's so much new information.
Yeah.
If they can't stream it's just not going to work.
No.
So I'm kind of worried that if they don't put it off, what is going to happen to 3.3?
Yeah, I can imagine 3.3. We'll get to 3.3, and all of a sudden it's like half of 3.1. Do you know what I mean? It's a few things and some optimization, but I think they're biting off a lot more than they can chew. They're aiming very, very high for the next patch.
Yeah, they are now. Yeah, because all this stuff's been moved back. Now 3.3 is like critical now. Yeah, they don't really have much room to fuck this one up.
No, the problem is as well is that, you know, that all this shit that they have pushed back, they're at this situation now where they're going to end up with this massive bottleneck of things. You know, and if they can't push all of that out at 3.3, I dread to think what 3.4 is going to look like. You know, it's a snowball. They are creating a really dangerous snowball, and they need to be really careful. And definitely don't keep promising things they can't deliver, because you know, we're not all you know, we haven't all sunk thousands of pounds into this game, but we've all sunk many hours, and you know, we want it to work. So come on. Just
3.2 thumbs up.
Definitely.
3.3 fingers are crossed.
Hell yeah, toes are crossed. If I had 2 penises, I'd cross them. So there you go.
There you go.
Okay, so there you have it. That was our little roundup of 3.2, and our fingers are crossed for 3.3. If you like this video, obviously leave us a like and subscribe. That would be very useful. And remember to let us know in the comments if there's any suggestions for videos, and we'll see you again. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Okay, well, there you go, guys. That was our review of 3.3. No?
Yep, 3.3.
It's out already. We've been lying to you. Bollocks.
Bloopers.